It's been an up and down season for the Brooklyn Nets, where a lot of the talk about the team involved their star point guard Kyrie Irving and his availability, or lack of availability. Irving and the Nets are looking to make a playoff run starting on Sunday. And joining me to talk about Irving and his impact on the Nets is New York Post sports columnist Ian O'Connor. Ian, you wrote a column this week about Irving, and you stated that his performance in this year's NBA playoffs is important. Why is how he performs this spring something to keep an eye on?
Well, first off, if the Nets want to win a championship, Dexter, he has to play at a high level. And just as importantly, he has to prove he can stay healthy throughout the postseason, which, of course, he did not do last year. But he's entering a free agency summer as well, and the Nets are going to have to make a pretty big financial commitment to him to keep him long term. And so at this point, when you look at Kyrie Irving and that signing in the summer of 2019, has it been worth it so far? I would say really no. When you look at the fact he's played, 103 out of a possible 226 regular season games. So he's playing fewer than half the games. He's obviously caused a lot of chaos in the organization with different things. And so if he can't lead the Nets past the Celtics, or if the Nets advance and he can't stay healthy, that's going to be a fascinating decision this summer over what they do. Are they willing to invest nearly $250 million in him in an extension? I think it'll be a very intriguing decision for the Nets to have to make.
So let's talk about this for fans, because if Irving opts out of his current deal this summer, he could be eligible for a deal with 5 years and about $248 million. The $248 million question here, Ian, is Kyrie worth the trouble?
Well, so far, no. Now, I think he's one of the best point guards I've ever seen. I talked to Bob Cousy, who's 93 years old and sort of the granddaddy of all creative point guards. And he said the same thing. In his 80 years of watching and being involved in basketball, Kyrie Irving's one of the best point guards he's seen. So there's no question about the talent and the artistry of why it's a beautiful thing watching him play. It really is, because he doesn't have extreme athleticism. He wins and he excels with intelligence, stopping on a dime, misdirection, body control, those things. And he can get the ball to any place on the floor, no matter what the defense is doing. And not many point guards I've ever seen could do that. So, but at the end of the day, availability is the most important ability. He has not really shown he could stay available for different reasons: injuries, sabbaticals, unwanted vaccines. So to this point, I would have to say no. Now, if he leads the Nets to the finals or wins a championship, then I think it's a different answer.
Yeah, that will change a lot of things there, Ian. We will see what Kyrie Irving and the Nets can do this spring in the playoffs. That is Ian O'Connor, New York Post sports columnist. Ian, thanks for joining me. We'll see what the Nets can do.
Thanks, Dexter.